and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a nail art for you, so let's get started. As usual, I'm starting off with a bare nail, and it's a glue-on tip, so I glued on the tip. Duh. Then I buffed it, and now I'm going to proceed to paint the backdrop on it. If you're doing this on your natural nails, if you want to try this at all, really. I know not a lot of people actually try to do these kind of tutorials, but they're fun, trust me. But if you want to do it on your natural nails, just use a base coat first, then use the paint for the backdrop, then do 1 or 2 layers of a clear nail polish and then buff that. Before going on to the foreground painting. It won't give the exact same amount of depth as acrylic does, just because the acrylic is of course way thicker than you're typically going to make the nail polish. But it will give more depth than it will if you don't do it. So, I mean, it's up to you, but I do feel like it looks just slightly a little bit more, I don't know, interesting. So, yeah, and the theme of today is mermaids, because we're having a bit of a heat wave here in the Netherlands. I don't know if it's officially a heat wave, not yet I think. But it might be by the end of the week. It's really freaking warm. It's over 30 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. I don't know how many degrees Fahrenheit it is actually. Like in most of the world we use Celsius. So in the Netherlands as well. And I can't count well enough to do the whole thing with the numbers and the different things. Yeah. Point being, this isn't a science channel. It's hot. And I wanted to cool down. So I wanted to do a video that had to do with water and... yeah, just cool colors, coldness and all. So I decided to go for mermaids, because those swim in water. Yes, that's my logic and I'm sticking with it. Anyway, but yeah, mermaids. There's lots of legends about mermaids. I'm not gonna mention fairy tales. Well, I technically just did, but I already did a fairy tale nail art way back when I did fairy tale themed nail arts. And I'm pretty sure I also did one about mermaids, so yeah, we've already done the, fairy tale version on this channel. We're going for the myths now, and there's lots of myths about mermaids. And the one that, well, the story that inspired me to do this particular painting was actually one about a fisherman who accidentally caught a mermaid, and he let her go because she pleaded for her life, and she was like, "I'll grant you your wishes if you let me go." And so he was like, well, sure, whatever. So he did, and I think she gave him a comb and the promise indeed to grant him a few wishes. And yeah, and then at the end of his life she would come and take him, which is always mildly daunting, but he was like, well, sure, whatever. And yeah, the things he wished for, because he was actually a good guy. I really hope you couldn't hear my office chair creak just now, sorry. But yeah, he was actually a good guy, so what he wished for was basically that his family would be protected and comfortable, but also that he and his descendants would actually have the power to heal. I can't remember if that went for animals and people, but at any rate it went for people. So obviously he became quite popular in his community after that, as did his sons eventually, and then at the end, when he was a very old man, he went back to the sea and the mermaid came to get him, and well, from that point, basically, there's multiple ways the story could have gone. It's a myth, of course, but even within the myth, the story isn't quite clear. Because it might be so that she dragged him down to the depths, so he drowned and she ate him, but she also might have just taken him to her underwater home and then, made him immortal and married him instead. So, choose whatever you want to believe. So yeah, but I think it's a pretty cool story, because he actually, he found himself in that weird situation and he actually did, a very good thing with it, I think. There's actually, by the way, a surprising amount of stories in which mermaids actually do lure people to the depths and eat them. I'm not sure why that's a thing, but it's not technically cannibalism because they're not people. But anyway, that's just, well, not humans at least. But the point is, there's a lot of quite gruesome stories about mermaids, which are also really cool, but I wanted to go for something a little bit more lighthearted this time, because I tend to go for horrific stories. And this time I just wanted to go for something, different. More yeah, wholesome and all. Yeah. Anyway, so here we have the final result. By the way, technical talk, what I did was I painted on a white shape of the mermaid first. Then I painted on the color once the white base was dry, just so the colors are more vibrant and even. It really makes a difference. And I also very strategically, as usual, painted her with her back towards the viewer, because then I don't have to try and paint a halfway decent face. Trust me, it's a lot easier. But yeah, and then once it's 100% dry, that's important, I am applying a gel top coat. You can apply a gel top coat over top of acrylic paint, just so long as it's completely dry. So I did that, and that is the nail art completely finished. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please click the like button. It would really help me out because it makes YouTube suggest my videos more often to new people. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to my channel. I actually mostly do makeup tutorials. Occasionally I do nail art. And I also try to occasionally do a vlog. Depends on how busy I am. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!